Hi everyone, I'm back with an update on my wax project. I had posted a video back in August to show you guys the wax loaves and scoopables that I have in my stash, and I was talking about how I wanted to work on melting those because some of them have been sitting for a while. One of them I had completely forgotten about, and I just don't think about them when I'm thinking about what I want to melt. I very rarely will reach for the loaves and scoopables. And so just in looking at my entire wax stash, I knew that that was a part of my stash that I had neglected. And I wanted to just make more of a conscious effort to start melting those things, enjoying them, blending them with other scents, and just kind of having fun with them. And so I've been working on them. I've been melting my loaves and scoopables. I will think about them whenever I'm thinking about what I want to melt. I kind of moved them over. I moved them to an area where I could see them. They're right in my face, so they are not to be ignored anymore. When I'm looking in my Tarte stash and I'm thinking about what I want to melt, I also take the loaves and scoopables into consideration as well. Now, for me, it does really feel like an extra step that I have to go through. It's not a big step. It is a small step, but it's like, okay, to open up the package, to cut the loaf, or to scoop out, some of the scoopable. Yeah, that is an extra step, but I'm doing it. I have to think about it. And I have to push myself, but I'm doing it. And I finished melting 3 things. So the first thing that I finished was from iHeartWax. And this one is Cotton Candy Frosting Jack Frost. Wonderful blend, strong, through well, great scent. I love cotton candy frosting. This one is a strong cotton candy frosting. It's rich. It's really sweet. The Jack Frost is that peppermint scent, nice and sweet like the candy. Blending together, it just created this minty cotton candy scent that was really cool. It had a really nice, cool, refreshing, just essence to it. It was just wonderful. So love this one. Got good throw, and it always flowed into other areas of my home. And now with this one, I typically melt after, when I come home in the evening, so after work. So that gives me a few hours of melting, and I don't know how many hours I melt. I go to bed pretty late, but in any case, what I was noticing is I would turn the warmer off in the evening, and the next day I would turn the warmer back on. And with this one, because the wax is softer, the freezer method didn't always seem to work for me. It depended on which bowl I had it in. So a lot of times what I would do is just turn the warmer on the next day, give it a couple of minutes, like maybe no more than about 2 minutes, and then I could slide that wax right out the bowl. But if I waited any longer, then it would completely liquefy. Well, that happened a lot of times because I'm doing other things around the house. And I noticed when I would walk back into the room, after it had completely liquefied, there was still plenty of scent in the wax. So I'm glad that I started doing that, getting a little distracted, because that kind of saved me from throwing away this wax. So it did take me a while to get through this one because a little went a long way. And I don't know how many complete hours of scent I got from each scoop, but it was quite a bit. So I was really impressed with this one. From Ethereal Glow Candle Company, I finished melting my loaf and Dr. Pepper pink sugar and toasted marshmallow. I absolutely love this blend. The Dr. Pepper was authentic, and it was the dominant scent in this blend. The pink sugar was there, and it just made it sweeter, and maybe it gave it like this pretty scent, if that makes any sense. And then the toasted marshmallow added a creaminess that made the Dr. Pepper really sweet and creamy. It was just so good. Really strong on this one. This was another one. The wax was so soft. That was the only thing that I did not like about this. It was even softer than the iHeartWax one. And so the freezer method did not work for this. So basically what I would do is turn the warmer on, and after about a minute or two, I usually would be able to slide that wax right out. But there was still a lot of scent left in this wax, always, each time. And I was so impressed with that. So that's why it took me a while to melt through this one. But I was reaching for this particular loaf quite a bit because it smells so good. I love Dr. Pepper scents. I actually love the soda. And so I always found myself kind of craving for this. Then when I had melted about half of this loaf, what I decided to start doing was blending it. I started blending it with other things and seeing what I would come up with. So I blended it with an orange scent that I have in my stash. And it kind of created a orange creamsicle scent, but like the Dr. Pepper was there. So it was an orange creamsicle Dr. Pepper scent. I also blended this with blackberry, and that was nice. That was really good. And then I blended it with lemon, and the lemon it wasn't really strong enough because that Dr. Pepper is very dominant in this one. Overall, I gotta say, I really like this blend, and yeah, I would get this again. And then finally, I finished melting from the Scented Princess Banana Peppermint Vanilla Bean Noel. Now, I know I said I was going to hold on to this one for a while, but it was just so good. And that Vanilla Bean Noel was really coming through. And I had said a couple of times when I talked about this one that I wasn't too sure if the Vanilla Bean Noel was coming through. There was even a point when I first started melting this where I was not getting the Vanilla Bean Noel. Oh my goodness. I guess after, you know, it curing all of this time, because that's really what it was doing when it was sitting in my stash. It was getting stronger, and that Vanilla Bean Noel was coming through so nicely. The banana and peppermint blend is something that if you are a banana lover and a peppermint lover, I do recommend you trying because it's so good. You throw in a vanilla bean Noel, and it gets even creamier and sweeter. It's crazy good. I love this one. I am finishing this one up right now. I took the last few pieces that I had in here, put it in my warmer, and it's melting in 2 different rooms, and I have one melting with the last bit of this that I could scoop out, and it smells good. That one is in my bedroom. I can't even describe. It's like I'm getting everything. I'm getting the banana, I'm getting the peppermint, and I'm getting that bubbly Dr. Pepper scent. Is crazy good. And then in the other room, I am blending this one with a pumpkin scent, and I gotta tell you, is really interesting. So it's a blend that I want to try, banana and pumpkin scents. I want to do more of that because I think that's really good. All right, so those are the things that I finished melting for my wax project. It's an ongoing project. I'm going to continue to melt, and I'll give you guys updates. But this is what I'm going to be starting on next. Let's see if I can get in here. This is from Starlit Candle. And this is pink sugar milk and sugared strawberry pretzel. So I'm going to start working on this one probably sometime this weekend, and I will be back with some reviews on that at some point. And then I'm also going to be working on my Tiffany Candles loaf, and this one is kind of faded out, but if I remember correctly, it is lavender and pink sugar chunks with rosemary mint overpour. So that is my wax project update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.